The idea of restorative justice is familiar to many of our African viewers. What it means is this: when harm is done, everybody affected by that harm meets to discuss what happened and what the punishment will be. This was at the heart of South Africa's post-apartheid truth and reconciliation efforts, as well as Rwanda's Gacaca courts, organized to mete out justice following that country's genocide. Now the practice is being employed in American schools. I visited one recently, and here's that story.
I think you got. Get ready.
This might look like child's play here at City Springs Elementary School in Baltimore, Maryland. But this circle holds the beginner lessons of a conflict resolution model called restorative practices. The kindergartners invited us to join.
Fuzzy microphone.
The great thing about a circle, Miss Laurel, is it's never closed.
Teacher Dorothy Glowy passes the teddy bear. It's a talking piece to get things started.
Think about where you can be, where you might be, that you would have the chance to be a friend, to help someone.
I'll be a friend. Play basketball.
There's been an incident. One child accidentally kicked another child's chair. Feelings were hurt. But this 5-year-old says he felt better after addressing it in the circle.
Because I apologized to her.
What did the person say when you apologized?
She said, I forgive you.
And what do the words "I forgive you" mean? Everyone, get ready.
It's over.
And in this case,
I forgive
it
you.
is.
Kaylin?
Restorative practice dictates that when harm is done, everyone impacted by that harm has to join the group and talk about it, even the wrongdoer. Then, as a group, they decide how to make things right. The program's supporters say that's real justice. City Springs also has a middle school. With the older kids, the offenses get more serious. These teens beat up boys from another school and stole their cell phones.
I kicked him in his face, and then after that, we just left.
I received an email from the principal of the school that the boys attended that were attacked. I was, at first, thought this had to be a mistake.
Rhonda Raquetta is the principal of City Springs, and some of these boys are the school's star athletes. She quickly convened a circle like this one, which included the offenders, as well as the parents of the boys who were beaten.
The boy father, he sounded upset. He didn't want hear nothing we said, because he automatically wanted to press charges. But if he heard us in a circle, it changed his opinion of what he wanted to do.
This 14-year-old says the circle has taught him how to communicate.
Instead of you fighting, you can talk to him, because words can speak more than fists.
You're the one who did something wrong. Why is it important that you get to be here and talk about it?
Because I can tell people what I learned and what I went through, and tell them what we basically did to try to solve it.
If you were faced with the same kind of situation again, how would you handle it?
I'd try to convince them not to do it. Try to step up, be a leader. Or if they don't listen, I just won't go with them, just leave.
The members of that first circle settled on the boys' punishment. They'll stay after school indefinitely for character development training. Parents of the hurt boys want the offenders to visit a prison and a morgue. That trip is coming up.
The norm is, you suspend kids. In my experience as a teenager, you get suspended when you screw up, and nobody really gives you the time to express how you're feeling, and or to be witness, to someone else and how you affected them.
Antoine Lewis teaches restorative practices. He's also head football coach. Do you think this can reduce criminal activity down the line?
Sure, I think so. I think that a lot of our actions as humans are impulsive, and so we're not thinking. And I think what restorative practices does, it brings that to the forefront. It helps you to think about how your actions are going to affect self, but also, community.
I was very concerned before restorative practices about the fact that our instructional time was constantly being interrupted by behavior problems, by the fighting and the arguing.
Rhonda Ricketta says that since she launched the program 5 years ago, actual teaching time has increased dramatically. Proficiency test scores that were 6% before are now 75% in some classes.
I will be a friend with my eyes. I will be a friend with my hands. I will be a friend with my words.
I will be a friend now, these children say, to one another. Restorative practice is also used in law enforcement and in the prison system in the United States. Program advocates say that anyone in a position of authority should employ it. They say it makes institutions healthier when everybody has a voice.